And hello, everybody. Welcome to week one of Tech515. I am Professor Andy Molnar, and I am so happy to be with you during this term. Now, as we kick off week one, this is your welcome message. So, welcome, everybody. It's exciting to be working with each of you in your master's program coursework. As we begin Tech 1, realize it's not a technology course. So sometimes people say, I'm not deep steeped in IT. That's okay. It's technology that transforms. So it's not always the modern gadget, though largely we're going to talk about those kinds of issues. We start out with a fun discussion in week one. And in that discussion, what I want you to focus on in this course are two keywords, and I've got all the material online. But realize what I want you to understand is that in week one, I want you to focus on the terms strategy and competitive advantage. That's the focus for week one. And we're going to look at Google in the discussion. How does Google use strategy and create their own competitive advantage? Just to give you a hint, in week two, we're going to add to these terms. So here's one term, here's two, right? In week two, we're going to add to those. So we're still going to use terms one and two, but then we're going to add the terms profitability. There's a little, there we go. Profitability. And we're going to add the term differentiation. And those four terms are going to drive the next 8 weeks in technology that transforms. So we're going to start with week one. We'll focus on strategy and competitive advantage. We'll look at Google in the discussion board. I have online, this is an asymmetric course, as you know, so it's all online. But I've got some neat things like Google's digital transformation. I've got some slides there with a short lecture, maybe 15 minutes or less, on Google's digital transformation. I also have a slide deck on strategy and competitive advantage and a video that goes with that and some other links as well. Of course, feel free to write me. Finally, there is a fun activity online if you want to do it, and it's called the fun activity. It's completely optional. You do not have to do it. It's just meant for your own pleasure, and it's called the Wayback Machine. And so through the Wayback Machine, you can see how Google or other websites' symbols and look have evolved as they create their own competitive advantage and and strategy in the marketplace. So somebody took screenshots of a lot of websites for decades now, and you can pick dates and see the evolution of those sites. See what they're trying to achieve. Is it simplicity? Is it complexity? Is it interesting? How are they reaching the online reader? Okay, so this is a pretty exciting week. Kicks off with a discussion. Final note, discussions that are late are really not useful. The value of the discussion is we're using the material online and learning from each other. If you don't participate in the discussion, do not expect to get a lot of points for the week's work because it's too late. And I've got some guidelines at the top of the Moodle page for both discussions and assignments. So you know the grading criteria in advance. It's just a little reminder so that we can work together as a team in this learning experience. Okay, let's get started and welcome to week one.